have to tell you that coming into work these days, you have an extra spring in your step. It's so different from what it was during the Biden administration. I'm getting a lot of text messages and calls from our Chicagoland folks, our audience in Chicago and in Illinois, where there was a horrific discovery of enough fentanyl to kill 1.5 million people. And of course, it was illegals. The police had to go through a dangerous chase to capture the illegals who were carrying around enough fentanyl to kill over 1.5 million people. You know, the stakes are high, but the solution is easy. People like Jake Tapper talk about the cruelty of the Trump administration. And the Jake Tappers of the world ignore the cruelty of having enough fentanyl to kill 1.5 million people. I have friends who lost their kids to fentanyl overdoses. We know of the fentanyl epidemic with illegals bringing drugs into our country, poisoning and killing American citizens. And it's real simple. Despite the media's effort to make you feel like Trump is being cruel, Trump is being mean, the administration doesn't care, we're going to see crying babies, where is mama going, where is papa going, this is terrible. The reality is clear. You want to make America great again? We have to get illegal immigrants out of the country. And I know that sounds harsh. Perhaps Vice President JD Vance can persuade you if I'm not persuasive enough. Here's what he said this week at CPAC.
Everything the president has done on the border, we have got to empower him to do it, not just for a month, but for the next 4 years. And we've got to hire more Border Patrol agents. We've got to give Tom Homan and Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem the resources they need to secure the border. And just not to return to the border, but I think so many of our issues come back to the border, because if you take 30, 40 million illegal aliens, you take Medicare fraud, Social Security fraud. Why are we taking the people's Social Security payments and giving it to illegal aliens? We know that's happening in the United States of America today. We've got to stop it. If you get control of the border, Mercedes, you do more to control the fiscal problem, the financial problems that we have in this country than almost anything. Get illegal aliens out of our country, make sure American tax dollars go to American people. That is how you solve the fiscal crisis in the United States of America.
Now, hard to disagree with that, one would think, but the left and the Democrats disagree mightily. This week, President Trump signed an executive order that halts the subsidization of illegal immigration with American taxpayer dollars. The order directs federal departments and agencies to identify all federally funded programs currently providing financial benefits to illegals. No more. No more. The well is dry. The inn is full. Sorry. No more room at the inn for a family that swims across the Rio Grande in the middle of the night and wants to take our health care benefits and our educational opportunities and push away American citizens. And that new day is here, and it's a day to be grateful. Vice President Vance mentioned Stephen Miller. Every single day we should play Stephen Miller expertly swatting away the legacy media. Here was yesterday's example.
It is true that many of the people in this room for 4 years failed to cover the fact that Joe Biden was mentally incompetent and was not running the country. It is also true that many people in this room who have used this talking point that Elon is not elected fail to understand how government works. So I'm glad for the opportunity for a brief civics lesson. A president is elected by the whole American people. He's the only official in the entire government that is elected by the entire nation, right? Judges are appointed, members of Congress are elected at the district or state level. Just one man. And the Constitution, Article 2, has a clause known as the vesting clause, and it says the executive power shall be vested in a president, singular. The whole will of democracy is imbued into the elected president. That president then appoints staff to then impose that democratic will onto the government. The threat to democracy, indeed the existential threat to democracy, is the unelected bureaucracy of lifetime tenured civil servants who believe they answer to no one, who believe they can do whatever they want without consequence, who believe they can set their own agenda no matter what Americans vote for. So Americans vote for radical FBI reform, and FBI agents say they don't want to change. Or Americans vote for radical reform on our energy policies, but EPA bureaucrats say they don't want to change. Or Americans vote to end DEI, racist DEI policies, and lawyers at the Department of Justice say they don't want to change. What President Trump is doing is he is removing federal bureaucrats who are defying democracy by failing to implement his lawful orders, which are the will of the whole American people.
Guy is so good, and they hate him. The left hates him. The media hates him. They hate him so much because, well, he tells the truth, and he does it in a very transparent way. And of course, let's talk about the legacy media for just a moment. Apparently, Axios is in some hot water because Axios has gone along with calling the Gulf of America the Gulf of America. Never again will I call it the Gulf of Mexico. It's the Gulf of America. Now, the AP doesn't want to call it the Gulf of America. They want to defy the change, but it's the Gulf of America. And I live in a community on the Gulf of America. I keep forgetting to remember. I forget that. Tampa Bay is on the Gulf of America, not the Gulf of Mexico. When I first moved to Florida, I lived on the Gulf. Back then, I lived on the Gulf of Mexico. Now I live near the Gulf of America in Tampa Bay. And the media, of course, doesn't know how to handle everything that's coming out of the White House. And Tracy, my producer, found this clip I was looking for, Jesse Waters yesterday on Fox News Channel's The Five. This is a perfect way to describe Trump's relationship with the legacy media.
Jesse said this is like Trump treating the media like his little sister. You know, when you're a little sister, you're like always flicking her ear and stealing her food.
I still feel bad about it.
Teasing her about her boyfriend and sticking like a dead mouse on her bike. She falls for it every time. I only did that once. Trump has an arsenal of these little provocations that he uses with the media, and every time it works. Oh, I'm going to do another 4 years. And then they go crazy, or he calls himself a genius, or
51st state.
51st state. And the media, they think they're like the guardrails for the country when they like go crazy. No, Trump's just throwing water balloons at you guys, and we're all laughing at you.
Perfectly put. He's right. Trump's throwing water balloons. Oh, yeah, he's going to do an extra term. He's going to do 4 more years. Oh, I'm the king. Long live the king. He's not a king. This is terrible. They just like flicking the earlobes of your little sister. And the pathetic mainstream media falls for it every time. It's why you're here. It's why you tune in to the Mike Gallagher Show every day here in the Relief Factor Studios. 800, because we're the alternative. We're the antidote to the mainstream media. And we're proud to be in that role. One call does it all. Call or text 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.